What's going on, guys? It's me, Max, back with an episode of Offshore Entrepreneur. We are the program for international business people, investors and digital nomads. In this episode, we're going to be talking about what the CRS is, the Common Reporting Standard, and a little bit about the history of it and how it affects you. So let's get into the episode. So, we are living in an age and a time now where bank secrecy is not what it used to be at all. You know, in these James Bond, movies, in these old things, someone could just fly to a different destination, they could open a bank account and take advantage of their government at home, not being aware that they had done. Now, in this day and age, this doesn't apply anymore because the governments will find out most of the time about the bank accounts you open, especially if they are within certain countries. So what is the CRS? So the CRS is the Common Reporting Standard. Now, this was implemented in 2014 by the OECD. 47 countries originally signed on to this agreement to automatically exchange information, and then year on year, ever since then, the number of countries signed up to it has expanded to combat tax evasion. So if you think that you can just fly around the world or go to a different country, open a bank account and no one's going to find out, or hide money overseas and no one's going to find out, because information is shared like this now in 2023, it's a situation where bank secrecy and secrecy regarding business is not what it used to be. And as a rule of thumb, you're better off assuming that people are going to be aware of where your money's kept or these bank accounts that you open abroad, rather than not thinking that they're going to find out. So the next question you might ask is, what is actually shared through the CRS, through the Common Reporting Standard? Now, typically the things that are shared automatically through this exchange of information are things like your name, your address, your TIN or taxpayer identification number, your account number, your balance annually, and also your capital gains on the account. So when these things are being shared internationally, it's a pretty difficult thing to just think that you can't, that you're going to be able to hide money and that your government is never going to find out. Now, don't get me wrong, I am going to say that not every country is signed on to the CRS. And you might say to me that, well, Max, what countries aren't on the CRS? Now, one thing I will say is Botswana. What? Did he just say Botswana? Botswana's actually not on the CRS. Shout out to Botswana. But what I will say is that it's easy for us to just kind of flash up the countries that are not on the CRS rather than the ones that are, so you can take a look for yourself. So countries that are not currently on the CRS include these. So as you can see, actually Paraguay, which if you want residency here, give us a shout. We will help you with that. Paraguay is not on the CRS. Also, the Philippines, another one of my favourite countries, is not on the CRS. But at the end of the day, when you've got these exchanges of information going on globally, and these alphabetic kind of totalitarian organisations like the OECD that want to, squeeze every drop of blood out the stone possible, are, making international regulations and agreements like this, the best thing that you can do, rather than just trying to avoid tax and not pay it and then get caught out later and regretting your actions, is to hire experts. Because if you hire experts, if you hire the best people, what you can effectively do is exactly what the governments are trying to do to you. And what the government does is essentially weaponize laws and information against its citizens so it can get to every drop and every dollar or pound or cent of tax money possible. So the best thing you can do as a citizen, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, is to hire experts, hire trusted advisors, and weaponize these regulations and this information to your own benefit. Because at the end of the day, the way to think about it is the government can use this information against you, but you can also use these regulations, these laws, and this information against the government. It's like if you are an American citizen, the easiest way to start saving on your taxes is to take advantage of the foreign income exclusion, which I believe as of 2023, it's around $120,000. Or if you are a UK citizen like where I'm from, once you start spending, well over like 6 months or around 180 days out the country, you can become a non-domiciled individual. And if you base yourself in the right place, maybe like Paraguay or maybe other destinations, Panama, Dubai, things like that have favourable tax regulations, you can save yourself a tremendous amount of money. So us at Offshore Entrepreneur, we're here to help you seek opportunity beyond your own borders and help you keep more of your hard-earned money at the end of the day and be a happier, freer global citizen. So if you are wanting residency in Paraguay, Panama or many other locations, you can reach out to us at info@offshoreentrepreneur.net or fill out the contact me form on our website. If you are someone who's currently in a situation where you are looking to optimize your tax situation, or maybe you go into a new country and you're not sure about how things are going to pan out, you can book a tax advisory call in the link below on Calendly. Our team of experts will give you the best advice possible. We'll make sure that you're armed with the knowledge and know-how so that your situation regarding tax is to your advantage and not to the advantage of these governments. So anyway, guys, I thank you for watching the video. I thank you for tuning into the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.